Low-tax state is one of the most misleading phrases in America because it makes you picture a government that just doesn't charge you, like it's a free trial. But the Tax Foundation's 2025 State Tax Competitiveness Index basically screams one thing: structure matters more than the headline rate. Not just how much, but how. Corporate, income, sales, property, even unemployment insurance. 5 buckets, 150 plus variables, and the winners aren't always who TikTok says they are. So, yeah, we're doing the adult version of this conversation. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. So you land in Florida or Texas and you're like, wait, my paycheck is bigger, I hacked life. No state income tax. The boss didn't even give you a raise, but your deposit looks fatter anyway. But here's what nobody tells you. They don't stop charging you. They just move the toll booth. Picture your first month. You've got boxes everywhere. Your air mattress is screaming for help, and you're doing that grown-up thing where you buy stuff you never cared about before. A couch, a shower curtain, groceries that aren't just cereal. And yeah, you toss a toaster in the cart because you're feeling stable now. Then checkout hits, and it's like your total did a little jump scare. Because Florida's base sales tax is 6%, and locals can tack on more. Same deal in Texas. The state piece is 6.25%, and then the city and county slide in like, hey bestie, we're here too. You don't notice it once. You notice it on every single trip, every Target run, every random we need paper towels mission that somehow turns into $83. And it's not just the rate, it's the stacking, local add-ons, special district add-ons, little charges that feel like the remove ads button in a mobile game. You can live 5 miles away and have a different total, which is insane. Like, congrats, your zip code comes with a DLC pack. Here's the part people miss. Sales taxes don't only hit fun buys. Depending on the rules where you are, you can get tagged on stuff that feels basic. And when a big chunk of the shoppers are tourists, locals start treating higher sales tax like it's free money. Because it's not coming out of their paycheck, right? Let that sink in. If the tax is mostly paid by visitors at the beach or by people passing through, it gets way easier for a city to crank rates up and call it smart budgeting. Meanwhile, you're the one buying school supplies, cleaning stuff, light bulbs, and a depressing amount of bottled water because the tap tastes like it took a bath in a pool. And this is exactly why the Tax Foundation's State Tax Competitiveness Index doesn't just drool over no income tax. Their whole point is the structure. Florida and Texas can look amazing in one bucket, then get weird in another. Like Florida ranks 4th overall and Texas ranks 7th overall in the 2025 index. But zoom in on sales tax and it's not the same victory lap. Florida sits at 14th. Texas drops to 36th. That's the system telling you, yeah, you saved on the paycheck, but watch your receipts. Now add the stuff that isn't even a tax but sure acts like one. In Texas, don't even get me started on the toll roads. You think you're just driving to work, and then your monthly statement shows up like a little subscription you never agreed to. And on top of that, you've got the random state and local fees that come with being a resident. Car stuff, property-related stuff, paperwork stuff. It's death by 1,000 small charges. I've seen this happen to the I moved for taxes person. They do the math on income tax, feel like a genius, and then never budget for the new reality. Insurance is higher. Fees are everywhere. Their monthly spend looks like it got stung by a swarm of invisible bees, and they can't figure out why their pay raise vanished. Quick reality check, because this is where people get mad. Some states still rank great even with income taxes. Indiana, North Carolina, Idaho, top 12 in the 2025 index. Why? They keep things flatter and cleaner. Translation: it's not just low, it's not dumb. And that's still the visible stuff, the stuff on the receipt. You're not ready for what's next because some of the biggest taxes in these states aren't even paid by you. At least not directly. You ever notice how 2 states can have the same burger price on the menu, but in one place you feel broke faster? Like you didn't even order the combo and somehow your bank app is already texting you up. That's because some taxes don't show up at the register. They show up in the price tag, like a silent subscription you didn't sign up for. Here's the thing, it's like buying a cheap printer. Everybody brags, dude, I got this printer for 40 bucks. And you're like, wow, what a steal. Then you buy ink and it's $60 for 2 sad little tubes. The printer was never the deal. The ink was the business model. That's what tax pyramiding feels like. You don't see it on a receipt because it's not a clean sales tax line. It's what happens when a state taxes business inputs. Inputs are all the stuff a company buys to make, move, store, and sell the thing you want. So the taxes start stacking. Raw stuff gets taxed. Then the factory pays tax on machines or parts or power or whatever the rules hit. Then the shipper pays tax on fuel, trucks, repairs, maybe even the software that tracks deliveries. Then the warehouse pays tax on shelving, forklifts, packaging, security, and the boring little fees that show up on invoices like termites. Then the store pays tax on what it takes to run the place. And because businesses are not charities, those costs don't just sit there. They get pushed into the price you pay. Not out of evil, out of math. They pass it along the same way they pass along rent hikes, higher wages, and the price of cardboard boxes when the world goes weird again. So you can live in a place that screams low taxes and still pay more for normal life because the tax is baked in before you even touch your wallet. You don't see it. You just feel it. You feel it when your grocery run is 10 bucks more and you can't point to why. You feel it when you're like, why is this basic stuff priced like it's boutique? Make it real with a couch. You see a $1,200 couch and you think, okay, wood plus fabric plus some foam, right? No, that couch is fuel. It's shipping, it's pallets, it's plastic wrap, it's warehouse space with a leaky roof. It's a guy repairing a forklift. It's inventory software that crashes twice a day. It's replacement parts, cleaning supplies, labels, and the printer ink for the shipping forms, which is somehow always out. If those inputs get taxed at multiple steps, the couch shows up already pre-injured. And this is why tax nerds get so mad about it. The State Tax Competitiveness Index dings states on the sales tax side when they tax business inputs, because it messes with prices and it makes compliance a nightmare. And chaos always has a handling fee. Somebody has to track what's taxed, what's exempt, what counts as for resale, what counts as use, and what counts as, we swear this is manufacturing. That time isn't free. The accountant doesn't work for vibes. A cleaner setup is a broad base aimed at final consumption. Normal people buy the thing, tax hits once, done. Less double dipping, less weird price creep, less game playing where businesses spend money just to avoid stepping on tax landmines. So people talk about Wyoming and South Dakota like they're tax-free Disneyland. No income tax, and South Dakota skips corporate tax too. Sounds like a cheat code, but here's the catch. The state still needs cash, and a lot of it comes from stuff you don't own. Severance taxes. That's the state taking a cut when oil, gas, coal, or minerals come out of the ground. It's like the earth pays rent.